should've listened to myself. I'm always trying to second guess these things. Everything I felt, but you just had me tied up in your strings. And maybe it was all in my head, girl, I'm all in my head. But you just made me feel so insecure. All in my head, girl, I'm sick in my head. And I thought you'd be my cure, but you were never with Something's in the air. I can feel it everywhere. Every color seems to bloom, and there's light in every room. Now that you're looking up, I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. But now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I wanna be up, 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 so high. 'Cause I've been down, down, down. I've been down, so down, and now I'm done. I'm aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm aiming for the sky. Everyone got stories, so let's start listening. Let the rain wash away the tears that keeps crippling. Now that you're looking up, I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. But now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I wanna be up, 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 so high. 'Cause I've been down, down, down. I've been down, so down, and now I'm done. I'm aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Aiming for the sky. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm aiming for the sky. Now that you're looking up, I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. But now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new.
Sure.
Okay, hello and welcome to a broadcast here at
Yeah.
Stout Esports.
Are you talking? I can't hear you. No. I think we're good now. Okay, we're live.
We've been live for a while.
Sorry about that. I couldn't hear anything, so I didn't know if we were live. But apparently we are. Welcome again. We are facing Lindenwood this time. I don't know who that is actually. I think they might be from like Iowa or something. But
I mean, that sounds like more knowledge than I have of anyone in the American university collegiate scene. I'm not really someone from America, so all of this is knowledge beyond me.
really,
Hmm.
I was unaware. They didn't tell me that. Oh, Lindenwood is also Missouri. We just keep fighting Missouri, huh? I thought this was supposed to be like a Midwest bracket, not a Wisconsin versus Missouri bracket. All right. Well, our current standings with how we are is we're 1-2, kind of middle of the pack, a little down on our luck. We're fighting our third team from Missouri, at least. I don't know if all four of the ones we've had, but so far we fought like Missouri St. Louis, which is a really good team, Maryville University, which is also from Missouri, I'm pretty sure. And then today we're fighting Lindenwood, which is from Missouri. But as you can see, their score isn't going so hot. So we're hoping to make it say 0-4 after today. No offense to them, but that would be great for us. Oh, and we're starting off with a really fun matchup, it would seem. We are starting with Wii Fit Trainer and Jigglypuff, it looked like.
Yeah,
Uh, that's a very weird matchup. I think they're doing a button check first, but it's a very weird matchup. Wii Fit Trainer throws a lot of balls. Jigglypuff is a ball. Uh, it's gonna be a lot of just things floating around in the air for a while, I'm sure, and especially on PS2, there's gonna be a lot of space for that to happen, which is I think where we're starting this match.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. You can say something if you wanted to.
No, no, no. We Fit Trainer. I mean, honestly, I'm not a big fan of We Fit Trainer. It's probably one of my least favorite characters to play in all of the roster. I
Really?
Yeah, I was never able to quite understand how to use We Fit Trainer in any kind of competent way. I kind of just,
Uh,
did some random moves and some flashy glowing lights came around and then my opponent took some damage and, to be fair, I like the pretty lights. I tend to go with Cloud and use the limits and look at those little pretty damage numbers that all appear and anyway.
yeah, that's fair. The pretty lights and numbers are always great. Uh, Wii Fit's also just a very awkward and unorthodox character. Like their hitboxes and things are very unique. They're not meant to be very easy to play, so to speak. Like they're very awkward in that way. But currently, we are seeing Jigglypuff immediately get in around the projectiles and then drop their combo a little bit there, probably due to online, a little bit of that online lag that Smash Ultimate is known for. And then we're kind of dead even now with just trades that keep happening. Leaf just keeps retreating away from the approaching Puff, trying to throw more stuff at his face. That was a crazy attempt. Oh no, the Wii Fit Trainer hitbox! You can't. Oh, they definitely thought their forward smash would hit the Puff, but apparently not. Had to use a different move. Didn't get any punish on just the random rest. That's so sad. That should have been death or something. Very funny to see though. Oh, the ball, there we go. Ball is such a clutch person, even if you hit it, its hitbox is still active, so you still have to respect it like that. Otherwise you still can get hit even after it bounces off of you. Pardon me.
Yeah, neither of these players though have yet to take a stock though, despite being all the way out of at 100%. In fact, I say
there
that.
it is.
First stock of
Commentator's curse.
Precisely.
That'll happen a lot in this game. As soon as a caster says something good or bad about someone, the opposite immediately happens to them. But yeah, Beef's just trying to keep this lead right now at 100%, trying to box out Puff and holding center stage a little bit. Was unsuccessful, missed the tech on the downer, so that's going to be first stock taken on Lindenwood's side. Weave giving the deep breathing means their damage output's going to be a lot crazier if Puff gets hit by a random move. Neutrally almost killing, but DI, regardless of whether it was good or bad, is still alive. Almost killed himself, I think, there, because it looked like their rollout was facing the other way, and Weave actually saved them if that was the case by pelting them in the head with a soccer ball. Barely slipping past that fair, not getting knocked off. Puff still hanging on, even at 140. What? I have not seen that before. Rollout trading with fully charged Sun Salutation, just going through it. That is wild. I thought they were dead for sure. I was just about to point out that they've been using a lot of rollout to recover, and I feel like it's going to bite them. But the one time they don't use rollout to recover is the time that they actually die. So maybe the rollout is the play. Full 33% from one projectile is also kind of nutty.
Certainly is kind of nutty indeed.
Ooh, okay, learn their lesson this time. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I just hit him, at least. Right. Puff really wants to get that rest read. Wants to take these stocks.
Well, it's one of their most powerful moves if they can pull it off.
Yeah, rest is very strong and will kill a lot of the cast, even at these mid percents. Well, about half the cast. The heavies will not die. That'll take a little longer, but it's very scary if you get hit by it. There's that forward smash again, not working on Jigglypuff. She's just too short, I guess. They're like, Yoga Hand can't reach the puff when she reaches it out.
Yeah, I guess Wii Fit training is to do a few more stretches and yoga poses to be able to get that hitbox into the right kind of contortions to hit that.
Yeah, they gotta work on their flexibility.
Exactly.
Puff have been living a lot of these projectiles when I thought they would kill, so good DI on their part, but I think eventually they're just gonna die if they keep getting hit by everything.
Right, and in this format, the only thing that matters is stocks, not percentage.
Yep, the only thing that matters is stock. So all the Puff Eater wants to do is get a stock before they die, and all Weef wants to do is kill them before they take a stock, and that's what they got. That's a 3-for-1 trade stock count. That's really good start for Stout. And then we hear with the player cam, Weef doing a little peace sign to the crowd after winning. That's what we love to see. I'm wondering how long it'll take before Weef remembers that they're on camera, because usually when they do, they always make a funny pose at the camera, then the crowd cheers. Everyone loves it. But I guess it'll be a nice surprise for us later.
Well, if that's the case, they don't seem to have remembered just yet. They seem like they're going to be staying on, though. What kind of...
Yeah, they're staying in.
Yeah, usually they kind of go for some kind of counter pick or counter hero swap against a, Wii Fit trainer. What kind of characters do you think they might pick?
I think we have a list of characters that we could see here. Let me check. Yeah, they have there was Tube, who plays the Puff that we just saw. They allegedly have a Joker player, a Young Link player, a Pikachu player, a Snake player, and a Luigi player. We might see Pikachu come out. Pikachu's pretty good against Wii Fit Trainer. But it looks like we're going to be seeing Snake. That's also a pretty good character. Very good character, actually. There's going to be a lot of projectiles on the screen, though. We're going to see Ball, Sun Salutation, Grenade, C4. There's just going to be a lot.
What absolute chaos is going to be awaiting for us. I am looking forward to it, that's for sure.
I'm wondering if we're going to run it back to PS2. I feel like that's likely, but we always pray for the stage diversity. But usually Smash Ultimate gods never give us that. Oh, we're going to Hollow Bastion. I was not expecting that. That's a pretty good stage for Snake, I would say. At least from my understanding. So Snake has his C4, which is just like a little bomb he can stick anywhere that he wants. And a lot of the times what the good Snakes will do is they will just put that C4 in the middle platform, because it's a space where the explosion will be big enough to catch anyone going under or over it. So they can kind of just keep people from approaching in a normal way, and they have to make interesting different approach options in order to get to the Snake who's just chucking grenades at you. Oh, looks like they forgot that we have to lose a stock. Stocks carry over from each game in a crew battle, and then having Snake have to taunt at the beginning of every game is really sad, because Snake's taunts are so long and they're all just him crawling into a box. You just gotta sit there and wait for him to come out. We've doing a really good job so far, taking advantage of the situation, getting a free 115% without taking any damage. Snake is a little flustered at the moment, probably wants to get their footing again so they can start setting up all their explosions and things. But Weef is like, I don't want to let you do that, I'm just going to keep smacking you.
Right, absolutely. Snake not able to get any percentage points against Weef so far. They're doing an incredibly good job of avoiding all of this, but also just dishing out a huge amount of damage. They're already nearly about to take a stock from DG 2-1 already.
You would think so, but Snake's a very heavy boy, and oh, never mind. He put the Nikita in the opposite direction that it was supposed to be. Okay, finally getting a hit in though, landing from high up in the sky, just poking out the Wii Fit with his legs. So getting sent off yet again. Has to recover. Constantly just being bombarded by the sun and soccer balls. Not seem to be a fan of the outside.
Yeah. Kind of a surprise. I would have thought Snake is someone who frequently touches grass, unlike other members of the roster.
I would have thought so too, but you know how much the sun and soccer is hurting him, and maybe he's a bit of a basement dweller.
Maybe he just didn't play enough sports as a kid. Who knows?
Maybe he could have been stuck in
training.
military training,
Right.
in the facility. Ooh! So that was another funny hitbox from the Wii Fit Forward Smash. Last game we saw that it wasn't low enough to hit Puff, but there is a hitbox on the back hand where Wii Fit does her funny T-pose, and it caught Snake's roll, and since he wasn't ready for it, he just kind of died. It's a very good start, taking 2 stocks with only taking 60% themselves. Probably, yeah. I was gonna say probably gonna see a little less projectile spam on Wii-Sun. They got the deep breathing. They wanna take care of this 3rd stock that Snake has before they lose their first one, which would be huge for our team if they were able to do so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very tricky trying to get off ledge with Snake, but Weef manages to crawl through with that roll, which is just so... It's such a big roll. She covers up so much ground just from getting up the ledge, but forgot about the C4, and he blew it up right in her face, and that's going to be the first stock that Weef loses. But the back hit of forward tilt will take that final stock. Unfortunate for Weef, wanted that 3 stock, but again, trading 3 for 1 is pretty good.
Very good trade indeed. Already putting them up a huge amount already, meaning they're now, what, 10-6 overall?
Yeah, I think so. Actually,
Which is
no. Be 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh yeah, it is 3, 6. Okay, you're right. I was thinking we were down 1 stock so I was like, oh no, it's 11-6 actually. And I was like, wait, no, I'm just stupid and bad at math.
Right, but
it is.
Yeah, well, yeah. Also being able to get that kind of ratio of losing 1 stock for taking 3 of theirs is quite good to do that, especially not just once but twice in succession.
All right, it looks like they're going to be sending out their Dark Pit player, who I mentioned before also was the Young Link. So they played Dark Pit and Young Link apparently, and they're going to be sending out Dark Pit instead of Young Link. I'm guessing they're going to want to use arrows a lot here to snipe out those soccer balls. And then Pit also has a big shield that they can use as a reflector for projectiles if given the right opportunity. I'm guessing we're not going to go to their small stage. I feel like they wouldn't allow that to happen again, as they kind of just lost pretty hard there. I'm guessing we're going to see something like small battlefield, or like one of the battlefields, just like a nice standard stage. I don't know what our bans are, but we usually get like winner gets 3 bans, and there's about 8 stages. So the pool isn't too big after bans. And we banned, it looks like we banned Battlefield, Smashville, and FD, so we actually might just see PS2. It depends on how they feel. What stage are you hoping to see? Yeah.
I mean, part of me would have liked to have seen, Final Destination, but I guess not this time around. But they're going for Pokemon Stadium 2.
Yeah, just PS2 again. Classic Smash Bros. So we're like 80% of games are played.
Well, it's a stadium. It's befitting of the context, surely, right?
Yeah, it's a stadium. It's a fighting stadium. It makes a lot of sense, but you can only look at the same green stage with the Pokeball so many times before. Can I have a different color, please?
True, true, true. Why are they changing the music as well? Like they're going with the stage defaults.
Yeah, they want their own music. They need their power-ups.
Right, right. So they should at least spend, a few minutes just going through the music and selecting one they like.
Yeah, we should take the excruciating amount of pain. Pick our favorite music. I think that'd be good. But yep, there goes the first two stocks. Immediately, there's those snipes I was talking about. Not going to be letting the Leaf charge up their projectiles at all. Gonna make them play a little more mid-range here, trying to outspace the Dark Pit, but they gotta get used to it a little bit. They've been too used to Snake and Puff, where they were kind of just spamming projectiles, but they can't be doing that here, it would seem. It was currently holding an advantage with the stage, but then for some reason jumped off and gave up his advantage, and now he took about 30%. Leaf was hoping to get a grab on that landing, but mistimed it and then got smashed in the face by a washing machine, essentially. That's just strapped to Pit's arm. a lot of just like short trades back and forth at the moment. Nothing too crazy. They kind of just hit each other a couple times. One of them goes off stage. They get back on stage. The same thing happens over and over again. I'm not pretty even percents too, not too big of an advantage. It's probably just going to be whoever gets that solid hit in first. We finally has the charge on their Sun Salutation, so that's something they have in the banks now for whenever they want to catch Dark off guard. Going to be opting into just spamming soccer balls, though. They're a little harder to interrupt with those arrows. Forward throw does kill with the deep breathing, just kind of toss them out.
Yeah, Ice's been obviously really trying to look for getting stuck here.
Yeah, they want to get as much extra credit as possible, and that stomp gives them another 2 stocks. That is crazy. Weef now has taken 8 stocks off the team by themselves, going for a third, and they got the air dodge read. They knew that Dark Pit was going to be panicking and mashing the dodge button, so they just sat there and then took tree form. And then killed that man instantly. Oh, saving the replay. That's so yum.
Oh, no.
The room is laughing at this poor man. He didn't deserve this. He got clipped. He got clipped and shipped. Oh, I don't...
Yeah, he did indeed get clipped and shipped. That is...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It was looking so good for a while. Maybe they could have been able to take their single stock without losing any, but in quick succession, everything just collapsed, and honestly, that was absolutely crazy.
They started off so strong, stuffing out Leafs, like charging of projectiles and stuff, but then they kind of just fumbled the bag a little bit at one point, and then it just snowballed. But it looks like they're going to be sending in their last player that they have available, and it looks like it's a Luigi player. So, of course, when we know there's a Luigi, we ban all the flat stages. So we banned FD, Kalos, and Town because we don't like 0 deaths here. And it looks like we're going to be going to small battlefield, a very standard stage. It's like PS2, but not as wide, so there's a little more interaction that is forced to happen. I'm wondering how the Luigi's going to play. Generally, with Luigi players, there's one of 2 ways. They're either going to be looking for cheese, which, every Luigi does.
Right.
But there's a different kind of cheese. Like, there's the cheese where you get a grab, and then you try to get the 0 to death. And then there's the stuff like wanting misfires or up B out of shield to just take early stocks. And I'm curious to see what kind this Luigi goes for.
3, 2, 1, go!
And now we get to watch a mannequin get decommissioned twice in a row again.
A mannequin?
Yeah, that's what Wii Fit Trainer is. She's a mannequin. She's a living mannequin.
I didn't know. I didn't know if this was some kind of Wii Fit Trainer lore that I was somehow not aware of.
Yeah, they're just like they're not supposed to be a real person, so they made them very white. Like if you look at their face, it looks just like a mannequin's face, where like there's no actual eyes or anything. It's just kind of like carved. But they're a mannequin given life, so they can like teach you how to do yoga poses. And in this case, smack you with said yoga poses. Tried to go for a little bit of a cheeky kill there. They got the Zaire in the air and they wanted to down air spike and end Weef's life, but Weef barely managed to sneak by. Not getting hit by that F smash either, even though the Luigi parried it. Getting stuffed out by projectiles yet again, trying to get in. Not able to get anything significant though. There's not too much pressure on Weef here to succeed, but managed to have good DI, but then the jab is just too laggy to be hitting there, and Luigi up smash will finally take down Weef on their monstrous tear through our opponents. And it looks like we're going to be sending in Zio, who is our resident Shulk main.
Hey, Weef is letting one of their own teammates have a go this time.
Yeah, that's what it was. Weef was just, we felt bad about taking all the time and just wanted to let someone else play. So we're like, oh, I'll kind of try this time, but they decided that they would give their graciousness over to someone else. And it looks like we're getting change out of chairs here. Zio does not like armrests. It would seem he wants his space. He's also like our only person that we hear that uses a box, which if you're unfamiliar with, most people tend to use GameCube controllers or Pro controllers, or just like your standard gaming controller that you just plug in and then you hold with two hands and all that. Whereas a box is more of a fighting game thing, which also translates over to Smash because it's kind of a fighting game. It basically just gives you a bunch more buttons to press on a flat bed, and a lot of the time you do have to just set it on your lap, and then you use both hands to press all your buttons. You can modify them as well to like do different macros and things, which is very useful for certain tech and things as such.
Right. I mean, how common are button boxes within Smash as a whole, do you think?
Maybe like a third at most. I think like dominantly it's like GameCube controller followed up by Pro controller, which is just the majority of the player base. And then like maybe a third use boxes, and then like 1% or something use something else that's very silly. I met someone.
Like steering wheels.
Well, I met someone like a week or two ago who they use an Xbox controller.
Oh, okay.
Like they have like an adapter or something so they can use it. So like they plug in a little adapter to either their computer or whatever console they're playing on, and they always use Xbox controllers. So I thought that was fine. And they did not like having to use a GameCube controller because we didn't have an adapter for them to use an Xbox controller. I remember they were very unhappy about it. That's the first time I met someone that does something like that. Most of the time it's one of the three that I mentioned. And then it looks like the LU banned PS2, Smashville, and Battlefield. Guessing they don't want to go back to PS2 after everything that's happened. And then Battlefield's a little easier to circle camp on, and Luigi's not a big fan of those kinds of stages because he just wants you to be in his face so he can grab you and throw you or kill you. And then I don't know about Smashville. It might just be a personal vote choice as well. It looks like we're going to Kalos. There's no way. I would not expect us to go to Kalos. No one wants that stage. I mean, I like it, but I like the stage personally. But that's just because I play characters that are good on it. But more than often, people don't like playing on Kalos. They think it's too big, and they don't like it.
Yeah, well, it can certainly be good for certain characters, that's for sure.
Yeah. But it looks like we're going to go see the Animal Crossing people as we load up into this fight.
Yeah, I better be taking notes from this one as well, because Shulk, one of my favorite characters to play, although I have terrible habit of backslashing off the stage far too often.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a very hard character though. He takes a lot more effort than a lot of characters due to his neutral B. With things like Shield, Minato, and like Sword and Buster, they all give him different properties and effects that are useful or disadvantageous depending on the situation. And unfortunately, we saw a little bit of probably just like cold hands. Not gonna lie, where they just kind of hit the same button two times, and then the Wi-Fi probably took that as multiple air dodges, and they just fell to their death. Unfortunate start for Zio here, but not one I don't think they can come back from, evening it out right away, saying, I didn't Destiny, this is just a 2-stock game.
Right, this is also the last character as well from Lindenwood. So if Batu here loses these 2 stocks, then it will be the first of the best of 3 series between these 2 teams.
It sure will. I can't imagine Luigi brings this back at this point on his last stock versus an opposing 8. But if he managed to, that'd be the comeback of the century. And I'm sure people would be super hyped over there and super disappointed over here.
Yeah, a bit of a comeback of the
there,
century almost.
That was what I was talking about there, where you touch the shield of Luigi, he's going to want to up B to try to get those early kills. But he was a little too far away, but that is also another option. Luigi, for some reason, is just a character that can just kill you off of any move. Like, he has so many different kill moves if he hits you with something, like his up B, his down B, his back air, his up smash. He just has, like, a lot of moves that link into each other, and they can just kill you if you're not ready for them. You have to respect those options. But that's a good use of shields. There we go again, wanting to get that cheesy kill, hoping to get something out here. I can't blame them. They have insurmountable odds stacked against them, so they kind of want to just go for broke. But it looks like we're going to be playing a little bit safer, not wanting to get cheese like that. Good use of the shield Minato here from Zio. Really avoiding all these possible kills. Ooh, missing the tech yet again. No jump art switch. Probably couldn't do it very easily. I'm not sure though, maybe they didn't have it. I don't remember when the last time they used it was, but that Luigi did pretty well. Took advantage of Zio's mistakes rather, and capitalized to get the win. Now we're going to be sending in Flying Boy, who is our resident Snake player, who also has Wolf. I'm not sure which they're going to play here today, but Luigi's putting up a lot more of a fight than we initially thought he would. Which I respect. I would have thought, like, when you're down that far, you just go, okay, I'm gonna try a little bit, but we're gonna shoot to win next time. But no, he looks like he's trying. He wants to win. He wants to win this still. They have the same bands, PS2, Battlefield, and Smashville. I can't imagine we're going back to town. We're probably just gonna see like small Battlefield or Hollow Bastion again. But oh no, we are seeing Kalos. Okay, I've been proven wrong yet again.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Kalos before as being one of the stages that you like, just most because of the characters that are strong in it. So, like, what kind of characters do you like to play then?
Well, I like Pokemon, so I'm a big I play a lot of Pokemon in this game. I play like Pikachu and Pokemon Trainer, which both the Pikachu really likes Kalos. It gives him a lot of space to spam projectiles. He has a wall jump, so he can use the wall, which is really funny that the rat can wall jump. It makes his combos a lot easier because there's no platforms to get in his way, things like that. Pretty much any character that has that kind of sentiment likes Kalos, which isn't a very fun thing to play against in most people's opinion. Most people don't like projectile spamming characters that have easy combos on flat stages, so they kind of tend to not want to play on the stages, which is why things like Kalos are so like widely unliked. People just want to scrap, and they're very vocal when they don't get to do what they want.
Right. I mean, speaking of characters and people wanting to scrap, Steve is, from what I understand, is a valid character in this tournament overall, and Steve
Yes.
is notorious for not allowing people to scrap at all. You got your walls, you got the blocks, all these mechanics that really change just where you can position, where everything has just been traditionally so open. Steve kind of breaks the mold a little bit.
Yeah, Steve kind of breaks all rules set up by general like stage lists and things like that. Because he both has really good buttons for fighting in your face, like his up tilt, up air, jab, all that. They all just do so much damage, easily link into each other, and he can do a lot of damage, and he can combo with his own platforms, which are the blocks. Or if he doesn't want to do that, he can just sit on the other side of the stage, put up a wall, and just mine for materials for as long as you allow.
Right, and that's not even including the remote command grab that he can use for some bizarre reason.
Yeah, he has the minecart, which can act as both almost at the same time as both a hitbox and a grab box. So if you don't shield it, it'll hit you, but if you shield it, it will grab you. So you have to just completely respect the minecart at all times and completely avoid it.
Right, but thankfully we don't have to be throwing any kind of shade towards these two characters, Luigi and Wolf.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of blasters coming out from Wolf because of how open the stage is. He's going to want that space and throw out lasers, but Luigi found a way in. And as I was saying, these flat stages, I mean, there's nowhere to retreat to once you're getting hit, so he kind of just got a clean 80% there for free almost with this first stock. Not that he didn't take any chip damage in the process from all these lasers hitting him. It's about even percent despite everything that's happened.
Ooh.
2 S smashes in a row, followed by an up smash. That's everyone wants everyone to die right now. We are not here to outplay the opponent. We are just here to kill them. And Luigi, very linear recovery. I'm surprised Wolf didn't just go off and try to intercept the up B, because the only option he had was straight up from the wall. And he actually got grabbed and died immediately afterwards. And there's another grab going for the 0-to-death combo, potentially able to get, just goes for the dash attack ending. Nice 69%, gets him off stage. Nice position to be in. But again, they're at 130 on this last stock. Any hit that next from Wolf would probably kill, so they have to just not get hit by anything if they want a chance of winning. And then the up air hits, but doesn't kill. It was good DI on Luigi. Zair into dash kick. Doing lots of damage with all these moves. That is gonna kill, probably.
Ooh,
Yeah, there we go.
At long
My
last.
goodness.
Yeah, my goodness. Luigi,
The man falls.
Yeah.
Luigi tried so hard and he got so far, but in the end we still won.
Yeah, huge lead from those first couple of matches. Really kind of set the stage for the later rounds. Even though Luigi there put in an excellent, fight comeback, it wasn't quite enough to reverse the tremendous lead that had been built up previously.
No, it was not, but I respect it. I'm sure we'll see, if we see the same energy from game 2, it'll be a lot closer, and it'll be a little bit like 3-5 minutes, so we're gonna have to do a break here, but we'll be back with that game 2, and we'll see if anything crazy happens or if Weave just sweeps again.
The tears that keeps crippling. Now that you're looking up, I can see it in your eyes that lately it's been tough. But now the sun is rising, and we're new people. Let's be new people. There's summer. Don't let me down, down, down. Don't let me down, down, down. I wanna be up, 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 so high.
welcome back. We are here yet again, ready to watch some more Smash Bros. And I was just talking to Jaffa about characters in this game because they were wondering, uh, and they asked why Steve isn't on our official tier list for Smash Bros. Why he isn't by himself. And the reason's
I mean,
kind of the same, like why Fox isn't in the same one in like Smash Bros. Melee, if anyone's familiar with that. He's still killable. Like he's clearly the best character, but there isn't enough dominance to where people put them by themselves. Everyone just knows like, okay, they're the best, whatever. How do we beat them? And people have figured out ways to beat them. So no one wants to put them in a higher tier or anything until something crazy happens, I guess, and only Steve's win everything.
yeah, I do have quite the range of characters that are listed as being S tier. Sadly, some of my favorites like Ganondorf, all the way down in E tier.
Oh no, Ganondorf's poopy. I know pretty much no matter who you ask, Ganondorf is the worst character in this game. He's just so stinky. And it's real unfortunate because he has never been good in any Smash game. He's
Yeah,
always
it's
been
true.
very stinky.
True.
They're scared to let him be good, I think.
Can't
but
have
looking
him
at
be
the
stronger
player
than
cam,
Link.
yeah, he can't be stronger than Link. That'd be cheating.
Right.
Looking at our player cam here, we can see everyone's pretty serious right now or on their phones. Get off there, you Zoomers. Pay attention. You gotta support your team. But it looks like we leading yet again, of course, as they should be. Never had a reason not to lead with Weave, that's what I say. Just our star player, and like last game we saw them take out 3 people before going down, so maybe that'll happen again.
Maybe. Pretty strong start before.
Alright, looks like we're starting with the Dark Pit this time, which makes sense. They put in the best fight in the beginning of that first stock. They were doing pretty well at stuffing up the projectiles, but maybe this time they won't falter, and instead will not get 3-stock in such a unfortunate manner. But Weef was ready this time. They kind of tried to bait out those arrows in the approach and got a nice 60% off of it. But Pit is not going to take that lightly, I should say. He wants to keep swinging. Weef just blocked up, did a push-up, and then grabbed the man after they missed, which was really funny. More arrows coming out. There's the dash attack. Pit's dash attack is pretty good. It's so fast, it hits decently hard, it hit the ball right back into them. But unfortunately, the sun is a deadly laser. And that hurts a lot more, and you can't really hit that. Good parry by Weave, completely nullifying anything that F-Tilt might have done. Breaking the shields that Pit lands with, that is an interesting option that Pit has in this game. Their down B is mostly a reflector, got caught by the sun there. But the reflector is also just like a wall that just soaks damage as well. So Pit can use it as like approaching or landing option if they don't want to get hit. And then it'll just take the hit for free and they won't get punished for it. That's a bold side B there, probably trying to catch a roll or something from Weave. Going for a lot of side Bs. I think the Dark Pit might be a little bit panicky here, wanting to just get these hits, but that was a good snipe on Weefit right in the dome, stuffing up that soccer ball, trying to keep Weef from getting back to center stage here. But we said, I'm getting in whether you want it or not, and sent them off stage now, holding the center. And the F smash call out on the down air will have Weef with a 2-stock lead at the moment.
Yeah, not looking quite so good for Dark Pit so far. I would think.
Ooh, almost got it again. If that was maybe up smash, I think that might have been game. Almost dying to side B as well. Barely living. I think they lived because when Dark Pit did forward air, the last hit didn't hit Weefit, it hit the soccer ball and didn't actually kill because of that. Just smashing the soccer ball away, getting a lot of side B mileage here. Even though there's been so much spam, it's been working more than you would think. on this last stock. Percents are dangerously high on both sides. Anything that isn't just a little tap, a little love tap will kill. Both of them are playing pretty safe, pretty defensive, just hoping someone else makes a mistake and they can kill them. Which neither have done so far.
Yeah,
There's
Weef
the
is-
first one.
yeah,
That
Weef
kill?
is- Yeah, it certainly looks like
Yep.
a kill to me.
Just a nice serve and just send him all the way over into the stadium, into the stands.
Right. Playing like volleyball, but with Dark Pit.
So how would you feel if someone just picked you up and served you like a volleyball? I'd be pretty embarrassed.
You know, I think I probably would be dead and going to A and E, you know, so to the ER.
You think you'd be dead?
I think I probably would just be dead, yeah. I don't think
I guess
there's
it
any
dep- I
kind
guess
of
it de-
recovering.
I guess it depends on how hard they hit you and how far they hit you, I suppose. I was more thinking just like a normal volleyball distance, like over the net. But I guess as hard as Wii Fit hit you into like the horizon, yeah, that might be a little more painful.
Yeah, actually, it poses an interesting question. Which moves from the Smash roster are the most survivable?
Survivable?
Because most of them are going to kill you, but you know, which ones are kind of the most survivable?
I mean, if you're going with real world logic, a lot of Wii Fit's moves is most survivable because they're just yoga poses, and yoga isn't really used as a weapon. I don't think people doing the tree pose in real life are causing any danger to other people's lives.
I don't know. I mean, have you been poked in the eyes before? That seems pretty dangerous to me.
Well, I wear glasses. I think I'm safe.
Oh. Oh no, you have the special defense. Oh,
I
no.
do. I came equipped.
I did not, unfortunately.
Just, sorry, it's a skill issue, I guess. You're gonna get your eyes poked.
Yeah, I didn't. I should have gone to the equipment shop beforehand to pick up those glasses.
What's the most survivable? There's a lot of fire. Those aren't very survivable. That would kind of burn you alive. There's a lot of electricity. That's also not very great for your life.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's a few moves where you get eaten. I don't think that's going to be very survivable.
Yeah, there are some times when you go through someone's intestines. I mean, Wario just kind of bites you. That's pretty survivable unless he has rabies.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
like
also,
he just nibbles on your arm for a little bit. That's probably survivable.
Right. I mean, getting hit by a bike is not going to be very survivable either. But it seems like Wario isn't going all that fast, so maybe it could be survivable.
Yeah, catch him when he's on like one of his slow turns or something, instead of when he's going full speed.
Right, exactly.
But it looks like we're going to be sending in their player that they swapped in, who is Glitch, and is going to be playing Joker. And it looks like we're going to small battlefield, not big or normal battlefield, small battlefield. Hello, Weef. Oh, they looked at us, but they didn't say anything. They didn't wave. They're very serious at the moment. I understand. Oh, we have red versus blue. Did you see that?
I did indeed see that.
We have red icon with red costume versus blue icon with blue costumes. It's so satisfying. A lot of the times it'll be like the switch around, like the person with the red costume has the red outline, and the person with the red costume is the blue outline, and the other way around, and it's so unsatisfying. But now it's very lined up. Good for those with the OCD,
Yeah.
Very different play so far. Joker has been holding center stage a lot. I say that and then immediately loses center stage, but they were stuffing up pretty well, trading hit for hit against Leaf. But Leaf is like, okay, they're playing very aggressive, especially when they have Arsene. Probably going to have to play a little more around spacing. Trying to hit those down tilts for probably 2 frame, I'm guessing. But it's a lot trickier with Weef hit down tilts. It's not the biggest hitbox, and then Joker's up B is relatively safe, but easy to intercept if you have the right tools. I'm not sure if Wii Fit does, but back air is a really good tool. I made this comparison last week with the other caster that was here, and they thought it was interesting. You kind of you treat Wii Fit like you treat a horse. From the front, you can see what's going on, and you know what you can see what's happening. Like Wii Fit just throws out projectiles and stuff. A horse, you know, if it's gonna attack you, it's gonna bite. But from behind, they get really skittish because they can't see you, and they just rear up and kick you. That's what Wii Fit does. Is they will just jump and back air because it's really fast and strong. And I compared it to like when you get behind a horse and you spook them, they just kind of kick really fast and hard. So that's the comparison I made between a horse and Wii Fit, which I think is funny to think about how kind of true it is. But that was a good up air, stuffing out the Joker. What a deep breath that was. They've been taking too many breaths. That last one was just so large. It was just, you know, can't take any more, man.
The lungs are already full.
The lungs are full and you're trying to fit in more air. It's too hard to do that. But while I was yapping about horses, and them to a mannequin, did take that other stock where they're showing a lot of dominance yet again. I know they lost the stock, but going once again 1 for 6 would be pretty crazy to see. That F tilt almost doing a little, almost killing. I thought it would be a little less powerful than it was, but once again, like I was saying, you get behind the Wii Fit, they kick you real hard. The Sun almost killing as well.
Yeah, they certainly seem to be kicking very hard. Sun though hits the back to the.
Yep, there's the front. Yeah, got hit by it from the front with the Sun. That's just how it would be. Sometimes you just summon the Sun to attack your enemies, and there's nothing they can do.
Right. Sun is kind of a little bit overpowered, really. I'm not sure how they've managed to condense it into such a small little manageable thing for them to
years
to
of training.
Years of yoga. I see. I got it.
Have you done 20+ years of yoga or whatever it is at this point?
No, I really haven't. I haven't. No.
Yeah, maybe if you had, you could control the Sun's power.
Right. Maybe if it'd been locked into, you know, millions and millions of Wiis having to do yoga and Wii Fit all the time, I would be far more capable of harnessing the Sun. So true.
It's just that exposure. And then it looks like we're going to be seeing DG yet again, who was the Snake we saw before. Maybe hoping for a little bit better play this time, a little better of a start. Now that Weave has, you know, taken some damage at least before playing their little game of grenades versus soccer balls. And it looks like we're going to Kalos again. I was not expecting that. I mean, I know Wii Fit really good on Kalos. It's a very wide stage that they can just throw projectiles on constantly, which I would have thought meant that Snake wouldn't want to go here. But it's not. I don't think Kalos is too bad of a stage for Snake. It allows for a lot more recovery mix-up because those platforms are like hanging off the stage, whereas usually Snake either has to immediately grab the ledge or go up above the stage and hope to land somewhere. Whereas with those side platforms, he can either go above the stage and land, or immediately land on a platform and then move from there towards the stage. But I'm curious to see how the start's going to go. Are we going to remember that stocks have to be dropped this time? And I wonder how Snake is going to crawl into this box. Is he going to do it from the right? From the left? Well, we don't know until he presses the button. Because the funny thing to do with Snake in this game is all of his taunts are the exact same thing, where he just gets in a cardboard box, but he does it slightly differently. Okay, instead of taunting, he just ducked. He didn't want to get stuck in the box again, which is fair. It's a very long animation, very funny, but not very good in a situation where you're trying to get immediately into an action afterwards.
Right. Not the most optimal taunt for taunting, that's for sure.
No, and not a very optimal start for the Snake either. They kept getting hit by ball and then the sun and then the ball and then the sun over and over again. And now they're just kind of throwing grenades at the projectiles, hoping that it works out. And it doesn't seem to be working too great, but they finally got an explosion to hit, so that's good for them. That's percent on the board. There's a lot of saluting the sun going on and a lot of things being thrown, and that's about how this matchup kind of goes down to, is who throws their stuff better and who gets hit more. And it looks like currently Leaf is winning that war, quite handedly, I may say. Batu is trying to get his opening, gets blown up by his own grenade, unfortunately. Better be watching that C4 this time. I remember last time they got caught by a C4 and lost their stock. Oh, it's also the butterfly C4 as well. We got a neat little Easter egg.
Always love to see those little Easter eggs.
Yeah, if you didn't know, his normal C4 is just like a brick, but there is a chance that when he drops the C4, it's like a special item from one of his games where it's shaped like a butterfly, as opposed to just a brick.
How is he still around? 200%.
Snake is a heavy boy, unless the full power of the sun comes out. I don't know if these soccer balls are going to kill him quite yet. Oh, never mind. As I say that.
As you say that, Capsicus comes again.
Yeah, a soccer ball from center stage bonks him in the back of the head, and he goes flying. I think Weef is just in this guy's head. He's like getting away. Weef is getting away with whatever they want, it feels like. And then they just like walked up, smacked him, grabbed him, threw stuff at him, and everything was hitting. Doing a little, needs to do a little better though at tracking these C4s. I feel like that's like the third or fourth one that they just happen to walk onto and then get blown up by. But I don't blame them. There's a lot happening on the screen. You're kind of looking at all the grenades and stuff that he's throwing at you, not the C4 on the ground that you might have forgotten about. That grenade took the full force of the sun and then blew up. That was funny. It took like a full second there before deciding to blow up. Manages to avoid the C4 this time though, so that was good. That would have taken the stock.
I mean, how much training as a grenade do you have to be able to harness and counter the power of the sun? I mean, we're already hyping up Wii Fit trainers being, training for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah. But, I know, just who would win, the power of the sun or one funny little grenade? On the C4, remember, okay, they managed to just wait it out. They knew Snake was going to want to blow it up immediately, so they just held shield, waited. You cannot hit Snake when he's just sitting there, because a lot of times he's sitting there holding a grenade in his hand while shielding. And if you hit his shield, the hitbox can still tend to go through the shield. It just won't hit him, but it'll hit the grenade in his hand, and hitting it makes it explode. So you'll instead take damage instead of having nothing happen, which can be pretty bad, especially when you're at these really high percents where every hit matters. Managed to escape the up tilt there, but got blown up by another grenade. Everyone's just blowing up to grenades everywhere. We're seeing a lot of fireworks, it feels like. Everyone just keeps going up and away. Batu getting oh no, he blew himself up. I think he forgot he had a C4 placed down. He's like, okay, I'm going to put another one down. But then he was standing over the one he had out and it blew him up. That's very unfortunate. Leaf at 197. If they get grabbed or hit by anything that's not just a little grenade tap, they're probably going to deceased. There it is. They tried to throw their grenade out of the hand because they accidentally picked it up that F tilt. But the animation of throwing it took too long and they just blew up and died. They probably should have just held the shield button. I think that would have been fast enough to soak the grenade hit. But it happened. It's moved on. And Snake is at 9.
Yeah, Snake. Able to finally take a couple of stocks here from Wii Fit Trainer. We've doing an incredible job so far, having already taken the scoreline down to 10-4.
Oh, and there's the call out on the jump will just end yet again. Just getting those little whack with the arms up above the head. I have no idea what yoga pose that is either. It's just like a little put your hands together and swing. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, this is insane though. We've just turning this into like a one-man army.
Yeah, We've has had a bit of a history of doing this actually. Like last season, I think maybe a third of our matches in a semester were mostly played by Weave. Weave would just go in, start getting in the groove, throwing things at him, and then maybe someone gets to play it at the end. Looks like they're feeling pretty good, smiling even though after all the explosions they got hit by the entire time this game. And it looks like we're going to be seeing that man Luigi holding up the rear yet again as the anchor. And of
He's got
course,
a lot of ground. Sorry, they got a lot of ground to recover though.
yeah, they do yet again. And of course, we banned the flat stages yet again. It's Luigi. We banned FD Colors Town, and they take us back to small battlefield because of that. They want to give Wii Fit the stage size of PS2 and then don't want to go to Battlefield to where it's a lot easier to hide from Luigi. So they're just going to take us to PS2 where it's a little more close quarters and a little more maneuverable for Luigi, that is. I assume we're going to see something very similar to the last time these two fought in the last round. Luigi is going to want to immediately get in and start taking stocks, and it just depends on how effective Wii Fit will be at adapting and not letting Luigi into her personal space.
Right, winning those kind of neutrals is going to be important there as well. Closing down that gap.
Yeah, but this 1 to 3 stock difference is a little intimidating, especially when you're against a character that can just get like instant death percent off of one hit. But so far, nothing too crazy happened. Luigi didn't get any of his 0 to 90% combos, so now it's going to be a little bit harder for him to just get a grab and start hitting him, especially with this rage that is building up from getting hit by all these projectiles. Leaf going for a jump call out. They thought Luigi was going to retreat to the platform, but he did not, and instead just whacked the woman and took back the stage. The Zare, very useful tool for dealing with soccer balls, especially off stage like that, because you can shoot out the plunger, it'll hit the ball, and the hitbox will stay active as it's falling as well, so it can catch Leafit trying to recover. Managed to get up through the sun, stared directly into the ball of death, and did not suffer any damages from it. That will be a mix-up, and that will kill. I think they caught the DI. They weren't expecting it. Yeah, that's one of those confirms that Luigi has, is he can just do down throw, down B. And you'll go spinning around in the cyclone, and if you're not paying enough attention, you might guess wrong on which way you're coming out, and then you will be holding that way and die. And it looks like we're going to be sending back in Flying Boy, who's up Mr. Wolf, as we saw earlier. But this time, he is going Snake against Luigi. I think he got... I think he got a little scarred from his last interaction where the Luigi kind of 3-stocked him. So he doesn't want that to happen again. I'm sure the Snake is going to be a lot easier to interrupt Luigi's combos with grenade pull, because it is like a frame 1 option, which is really good. It means he pretty much has any combo he has combo disruption at any point as long as he can press that button.
Yeah, probably going to be seeing a lot more grenade spam as well, like we've seen before.
Yeah, that's if Luigi doesn't immediately take up the space. He immediately got in his space and said, "You fight me now," and Snake said, "No thank you, sir, I'm going over here." He is not wanting to go near that Luigi. He wants to throw a few grenades before he goes anywhere near him. And now that he's at that percentage, maybe he'll start fighting a little more. That is sticky. That would have been so cool, because he could if the grenade hit a little higher, he could have stuck the C4 onto Luigi himself, and then with like a falling aerial or something, hit Luigi even farther, and then blow up the C4, which might have killed him, which would have been very sick to see, but unfortunately did not happen. And we are just watching neutral play instead. Luigi does have to keep track of that C4, which is in the center of the stage at the moment. Tries to down air the Cypher and kill him, but it did not do enough damage to break Cypher. So Snake makes it back to stage, and the Beat Beat comes out to deal with this linear recovery. And he SDs, actually, getting blown up by his own C4. That wasn't his choice, though. The timer just expired on him. And he must have lost count of his timer.
A lot of things to keep track of as a Snake. Certainly not something I could do.
No, there is a good Snake player demands all of your attention because at all times, pretty much, there will be a C4 somewhere on stage you have to remember, and you also have to remember the timer it has before it automatically blows up. And then there will always be like 1, 2. Sometimes it feels like you can only have 2 grenades at a time. But sometimes when they're really efficient, it feels like there's 3, because they will be pulling grenades and throwing them at the exact time that another one blows up. So one will be blowing up while 2 more will be somewhere on the stage taking up that space, which is really scary. There's the downer that they wanted the first time, and it manages to go through, taking another stock immediately off of the Snake.
Yeah, Flyboy unfortunately losing the stock already. Also great for them, but so far they've been doing pretty okay.
Natsu has been putting in a lot of work for his team, I would say. I hope they they give him the credit he deserves. No matter who wins this game, he's been playing as the last man both times, down a significant amount. The odds have been stacked against him, but he's been putting in the work. He's almost beating this Snake yet again without really losing a stock. Up smashing the grenade is an option though, and then he will get caught getting a little greedy by that up smash, and that explosion falls on his noggin and he dies. I'm wondering if he wants to go for the down air again, but wasn't really ready for the timing, so just played a little safer, waiting on whatever option Snake chooses to go for. Oh my god, he techs! That was that was funny. That was very good. I was not expecting Snake to forward air Luigi there, but he reacted in time, held into the stage, teched the stage instead of falling off it to where he would have went down from there, and then immediately down aired Snake's recovery yet again. That was very good awareness from Luigi, but you could tell Flying Boy was not a fan of that, shaking his head the whole time as he walks away. That was supposed to be his kill, not getting killed.
Right. That was the face of despair and sadness.
But looks like we're sending in Zio again. But there was a communication error. I don't know on whose end, but someone disconnected. So we're probably gonna have to wait a couple minutes to get everything back together.
Classic online multiplayer for Smash.
Yeah.
You can never quite win with fighting games.
No. Unless, it looks like it was on our end. We disconnected. It must have been just like a hiccup in the internet. We got kicked. Because Nintendo servers aren't great. They work most of the time, and that's about all you can say about them. There's no, it'd be crazy if they supported the online a little more and gave it, especially rollback. Rollback would be so amazing for a fighting game.
Right.
Inputs matter a lot, but no, we get standard internet where it gets pretty laggy and sometimes just decides to not work.
Right, rollback, the thing that has been invented since, I don't know, when was it, the 1980s or something?
Yeah, it's only gotten better. Pretty much any good fighting game has rollback just because it's so important. It makes the experience so much nicer. It keeps players around longer because that means they can actually use online as a viable way to play the game. Whereas when I play online on this game, excuse me, it makes me want to do terrible things and not play this video game anymore that I put probably thousands of hours into at this point. Despite how much I love it offline, the online just is not the same.
Right, it's really unfortunate that such a great game that can be really, really fun to play with friends. I remember playing this game throughout school, throughout break time, even, perhaps during class. Cannot confirm with something like that, though. Please
I
don't
won't
come
tell.
at me. I know you might not tell, but I don't know about the rest of the stream. But,
I'm sure
absolutely fun
everyone's
game.
done it.
Oh, well, at some point, I'm sure. One or two lessons, lectures, get a little bit boring. You pull out the Switch, pull out the Nintendo DS, you start playing a couple of games of Smash. Great way to pass the time.
It looks like we're still deciding stages. They won, so they get bans, and the last couple times that they banned, they won PS2 Smash Bros. Battlefield, which I imagine will be the same again. I'm not sure what the holdup is. Maybe we're just really thinking about what we want to do. I think they were also waiting for the other people to connect yet again. Probably had to make a new password and all that, give it to them.
Ah, joys.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time. But while we're waiting, I guess we can talk about this mountain that Luigi has to climb yet again. Has to go through
Right.
two more fresh stocked people. With their, I think, what was it, one stock left again? It looks like we're going to little old Smashville, which I feel like is good for both of these characters in this matchup. Like Luigi, he can get in really easily because how small the stage is, which is what he wants. But Shulk has such big hitboxes. Like I feel like most of his moves cover up the entire stage.
Right, and we'll see if it's one stock shortly. I believe it is one stock left, unfortunately.
Oh,
for
misfire! Yay! He used up his luck. Now he's not gonna get one in game. That's how that works, totally.
Clearly that's how that works.
Alright, Shulk immediately being the one on the aggressive side, actually, and Luigi responding to that aggression pretty well, taking 50%. Maybe it was a little bit of a mistake to rush in on Luigi like that. We're going to just keep trying to get the Speed Monado, really run him down, get that Buster for extra damage while Speed Art is down as well. Really just trying to get... I mean, I guess they do have 3 stocks, so what their plan is probably is to treat this one stock as like a throwaway, where they are just going to try to deal as much damage as physically possible to Luigi before going down. And then they come back on their second stock, and they have a lot easier time at just securing the kill at 1%.
They're trying to keep those boosts up as much as possible there from Zio.
Almost got caught on his roll, but managed to escape, and the Smash Art, either of them who get here is dead, I mean, not die. And it was Shulk. Smash Art is a very double-edged sword, like that. Whoever gets hit is just dead. That's how it works. And Shulk finally takes it from Luigi, and that is a nice little 2-0 from us here tonight. Taking out Lindendale, which, good for us. I'm sorry for them, but someone has to win, and I'm glad it was us.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Luigi Blade did an incredibly good job of trying their absolute best to claw back what deficit had been made in earlier rounds, but unfortunately it was just insurmountable. And the lead player as well from Stout was incredible. An almost one-man army doing incredible amounts of work, the one making that deficit to begin with. And unfortunately, it was just too strong overall.
Yeah, kudos to Weef to showing their dominance yet again. After they haven't really been able to show off how good they are in the past couple weeks. Because our first 2 weeks, we had a bit of a struggle. They're really good teams. Didn't really get to sweep as much as Weef usually does. But this week they got to. They got to show that they are a good player. And they're going to take advantage of people's mistakes whenever given the chance. And I hope both Weef and that Luigi get a cookie, because I think they deserve it. Wrapping up here, looking at the standings, we are going from 1-2 to 2-2, which is going to put us at second for the moment until all the other teams get their matches done and update the scoreboard, hoping that like the Missouri teams or the Mankato team gets a loss here. Not to be toxic or anything, but we need that. We want as much of a chance as moving on in bracket as possible.
Hmm. Right. The first one, if I understand correctly, remember correctly, the first one in the standings is going to be guaranteed to be going to playoffs, while the second and third place teams are going to be having to have their own little fight to see who progresses on to the playoffs.
I don't remember exactly if they changed anything at all, but like yeah, the top player does go in immediately, and then the next two they either play each other or they play in like a qualifier bracket where there's like a couple other teams that are also trying to get into the next phase. But I'm not sure which of the two it was. I don't remember. But that's going to be it for us today. A nice game of Smash Bros. That we got to see.
Right.
Next week, hoping for just as exciting of content as we got to see this week. But that's all from me. If you have anything you want to say to close us out.
No, not at all. It's been fun, little chill stream to be here and watch some, Super Smash Bros. It was great to watch.
It sure was. I hope everyone that may or may not be watching on stream had fun, and I hope you all have a good night. Adios.